And we're back. Lotus Squad. Welcome back to Lotus TV 444. And welcome to the show. There's going to be a lot of things that I want to cover today because there will be a few mini story times that will back up the title as it clearly states. The devil is a lie and they're not to be trusted. While we give everybody some time to get in here, though, we'll jam together as per usual. Thank you for the like. I really do appreciate that. Guys, be sure to hit the like button for the Lotus Squad. If y'all liked my new intro, y'all can drop a like and drop it in the chat and let me know if you like it, because from now on, this is how we're going to be doing this. Lotus Squad, welcome back to Lotus TV 444. And then we segue into whatever topic I'm talking about that day. So it's official, y'all. Okay, squad in the building. But we'll give everybody a little bit of time to get in here. Everybody let me know how you're feeling, because today is going to be a doozy, baby. It's getting crazy out there. I'm telling you. Y'all will see why in a minute. Okay. Matter of fact, y'all like my hair? Isn't that cute? I need to take it out, though. Y'all ready? Get ready for the message. Hey, get ready for the message. Hey, get ready for the message. Hey, get your teacups ready, cuz get ready for the message. Hey, get ready for the message. Hey, get ready for the message. Look, here I go. Ha. Ha, hit, hit, hit. Okay, I'm done. I'm done, bro. Here we go. I'm ready. Hey, 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 hey. All right, here we go. So we're going to bring it around 2 times. Lotus Squad, welcome back to Lotus TV 444. Today we've got a lot to cover. Now, first of all, I have a couple of mini story times that I need to tell y'all. We may or may not pull some cards because your girl has to go and get some, go get this bread. So I may or may not have time to do the cards part, but I do have a message that will resonate with the majority of you because I'm going to start with the story today. So today, I was getting ready for an event, right? It's a Christmas event. It's where all the rich people go and walk around, and just buy shit from all of these different booths, in the stadium. And so, I landed a gig there. And so I went the first night, I went on gala night, and I'm getting ready to go for today's event and then through the rest of the weekend, right? So I'm getting ready, it's 5 a.m. I'm not really wanting to be up, but I'm like, hey, there's a little bit of coffee, you could just pour that up and you'll be good. Just take a couple sips and, wash that ass and then get that ass out of there, And so I was getting ready and I called the person I was working with. I said, hey, we'll call her Skinny Minnie because she's cute, she's cool. She's a little bit slightly, on the abrasive side. Let's just put it that way. But nonetheless, I still love her for who she is. And she shows love, she just has this personality about her that, she may seem small, but I guess big things really do come in small packages when it comes with her. But anyways, moving forward, back to the point. So I'm telling her I'm going to be there at a certain time. Right. And, she was like, okay, well, no, we replaced you because yesterday I had an interview. And your girl is trying to get her shit together, trying to invest in herself and in this business, and in this vision. So I'm trying to get it anywhere I can and any way I can, within reason, that is. But anyways, moving forward. And the reason why I say that is you'll see in the next story, but back to the point, right? So I'm like, damn, okay, that was quick. I told you that I would be there, I would be there. It's just, I had to take care of this job. This is only a short-term gig. You're only going to be here for 5 days. And if I miss this interview, you know what I'm saying? That's going to push my shit back, and I'm the only one that's paying my own bills. So, I'm explaining this to her and she was like, oh, well, so I said, all right, well, I guess, I'll pick up the money that I worked for. And so she's like, well, hold on, if in case somebody flakes or in case, this and this happens, maybe. And I'm thinking, dude, in case nothing, if you need people for this event and I'm telling you that I'm available and I'm going to be there early and I'm letting you know the day, even the day of, like, hey, I'm getting ready to get out the door and you're talking about no. And then now you're telling me to come in. But here's the funny part. Before I didn't know that I'd be able to come back in. So I was a little bit pissed off because I was like, damn, you can't even you know what I'm saying? Like, let me hold a little something, I can't work the register or something. And so, but I didn't argue with her. I was just like, okay, whatever, I'll charge it to the game, whatever. Well, mind y'all, there was this person I've met a couple days ago when I told y'all about the other story time where I was on my way home and I was seeing all these angel numbers. And if you guys missed that video, go check that out. That'd probably be eye-opening for you guys to know why you've been seeing specific numbers. But anyways, back to the point. That was that day where I had met up with this lady talking about she had a job for me. Guys, if y'all remember this, y'all can put it in the chat. Let me know y'all remember what I'm talking about because I know I told y'all in this video. And if you don't know, now you know, right? So anyways, back to the point because I need to get this shit out and then I need to get out the door, right? So I'm just like, bro, like, this lady's telling me she has this job for me in a call center, but then when I called her back after we exchanged numbers and I get back home because she was getting a car at the time. So, just to touch up on everything that happened. Guys, thank you so much for the likes. To those of you just joining, please hit that like button and show your love for support for the Lotus Squad. But back to what I was saying, though. So we exchanged numbers. And so she's, I call her and we're talking on the phone. And for some reason, right? I get this weird feeling while she's asking me all these probing ass questions. You just like Drake said, asking all these questions, you must think I trust you. You searching for answers, I do not know nothing. Ooh, okay. But I had to be cute with it, right? So I didn't necessarily say that to her, but I was just thinking that in my head, like, you asking all these questions, you must think I trust you. The devil is a lie. They're not to be trusted. When I tell y'all how this story goes down, y'all will understand why I'm so hyped right now. So anyway, so I'm talking to her today because I get a text message from her, and she's talking about she needs to talk to the lady. You know, she needs to talk to her friend to figure out what information she needs from me, blah, blah, blah. But I'm thinking, if you just send me the information, I can take care of that myself. Like, why is there all this complication behind this job that you offered to me? So maybe now I'm feeling like that wasn't the purpose behind us exchanging numbers, but you disguised it as such, right? Because when she was asking me questions, she was asking things like, what did I like to do for fun? Do I drink? Do I smoke? And because I wasn't really giving her a lot, I was just kind of answering exactly what she asked me, you know, she was probing even more. So that made me feel a little uncomfortable. And I was still a little bit vague with it, you know, but I was just like, you know what? Something's not right about this. And immediately I felt like she was trying to oversell herself. She made a comment because I had said, you know, the guy in the dealership, I was like, oh, he's cute, girl. And she was like, well, that's not where your money's at. And although she is correct, that is not where my money is at. And that's not really what I'm focused on anyway. But although she's correct with that, that kind of struck me as odd for somebody to feel the need to say that to me. And first of all, we're not together. I just met you. We're talking about a job. And I was just making conversation. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, so today, fast forward to today, you know, I'm already picking up on some weird vibes about what she was asking me, and, you know, talking about, you know, do you want to meet up at my house and we get to know each other, and asking me to send a picture to her. And automatically I got some human trafficking vibes from her, because why are you trying to get my picture? What, you know, somebody, you trying to sell me, but you trying to sell me a dream, talking about, well, why you ain't got a car? You know, we need to get you one. I'm gonna hook you up with the job. But then really turn around, come to find out, if I did believe your ass, I would probably get sold off to some dude, and I'd probably get chopped up and sold for parts. Messing with these people out here, right? I'm not trying to be dark, but this is the shit that really happens. And yes, I also have a dark sense of humor as well. But damn, all I can do is laugh, because this shit is just insane, right? So I'm thinking to myself, while I'm talking to this lady today, and I'm trying to dig a little bit deeper about the information about the job itself, what I'm going to be doing, I noticed that she was asking me questions again that she had already asked me. So then that shows me that you really don't remember what we discussed, A. B, you don't have any information for the job because you're stalling now. And C, now you're talking about wanting to get together tonight and, you know, me chill with you. I've never met you before. I've not, you know, we haven't even we've met in a public place like once, you know, it's about a job, but now all of a sudden you want me to hang out with you. And then she starts telling me about how this Iranian guy that's her friend, wanted, you know, he wanted to see a picture of me, and that, you know, they all wanted me to chill. I need to pack a bag and all this stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'm just listening to her and letting her talk. But in my head, I'm thinking, bitch, you must be crazy. And then she started talking to me about this other person that she was working with or did that with. To me personally, I feel like she probably just sold the bitch and got $1,200 off of each head. And but she's trying to pawn it off to me as though, you know, she's gonna have my back and I can trust her. And she just wants to make sure that I won't mess her over, because supposedly the last person she worked with messed her over and was trying to go after her client. Personally, I don't believe that. Personally, deep down in my intuition, deep down in my gut, in my soul, in my spirits, I really do feel like she's over here selling people. And because immediately when she saw me, she paused and analyzed me up and down like I'm some kind of fucking runway show or some shit. You know, you need to throw some dollars at it or something if you're gonna be looking at shit. But anyway, getting back to the point though, the point is you over here looking me up and down like a whole snack, because girl, I know I bring the whole kitchen wherever I go. So I understand that you react that way, but you laying it on a little bit thick and you looking a little bit too interested, and you over here trying to sell me a dream, trying to sell me diamonds, gold, and the bitches in the cars and the lavish lifestyle, and you rushing shit and you making me feel uncomfortable. And so I felt weird, and I shit you not, she was telling me she would pay my phone bill. And to me, I'm like, right off the bat, we just met, bitch. We've never chilled. We just met. And I met you off of promise of you telling me about a job. Now you're talking about doing all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Although I don't have a problem with sex work, I'm personally not wanting to get into that unless it's pictures and videos. And I'm going to keep it real. I do what the fuck I want to do because while I'm young, I might as well capitalize on these looks. Okay. But back to the point, it doesn't mean that I want to be a prostitute or be in human trafficking. That doesn't mean that I, want to get involved with some shit that has nothing to do with my further, dreams with my channel and with what I'm doing, helping people heal, things like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't judge, but for you to be doing all this, to me personally, I felt like if I would have fell for that, something bad probably would have happened, because I shit you guys not. As I was hanging up the phone, I was lying. I was lying through my teeth, y'all. I said I was going to call Metro PCS like she told me to do, to give her the price, and I'd call her back. I haven't called her back. I'm not going to call her back. But the point is, what happened right before I hung up, I got a call from Skinny Minnie telling me to come in, and she changed her mind and she will in fact need me for the rest of the event, which made me happy. I'm a little bit upset, but I'm not gonna be rushing around everywhere to get up there, because I was gonna be ready to go had she not told me. But that's why I popped on here beforehand. Okay, because what I'm trying to do is invest in this vision here, this channel, this brand, Lotus Squad, do this meet and greet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to make moves, but serious moves. I'm trying to make moves, not get rich quick schemes, and not, giving it up for a buck, because not even the president could afford this girl. Okay, I'm leveling up, girl. I'm trying to change my tax bracket. I don't have time to be playing with people out here in these streets. And remember how we talked about book smarts and street smarts? See, if you have book smarts, some of us could have got played if we would have fell for that whole okie doke bait and switch. Oh, let's chill. And then all of a sudden she switch up on me, acting like I'm doing something to her that I'm not doing. I automatically envisioned all this. I felt like if I did go chill with this chick, because I missed out on the opportunity to get these hours at this other gig. And if I would have fell for this shit tonight, or if she wouldn't have called, period, I could have fell for that shit and something bad could have happened. So the devil is a lie. Okay. They're not to be trusted. Don't trust everybody that's trying to sell you a dream, baby. I'm telling you, it may sound good. And if it sounds too good to be true, you need to let it go, because all money is not good money. And personally, that's what I'm dealing with this gig up here too. It's a good gig. It was easy to get into. I'm making pretty good money for the small amount of days that I'm going to be working, so I can invest in getting equipment for my channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a goal, I have a plan, and I know what I'm doing, and I'm getting it, and I already got it. It's already manifested. It just needs to be bought, right? So I'm out here trying to do my thing, and look at how people are trying to come up behind me or on the sides, trying to be slick and, all this extra shit and trying to get me jammed up. And if I'm not paying attention, if I'm riding on a high and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm making all this bread, all this extra shit. If I would have been falling for that shit, I would have been fucked up. And I had this strong urge after I realized all of this and I put all the pieces together finally, because I even told her myself when I was on the phone with her. I called her out. I said, girl, I knew there was something that you weren't telling me. I'm glad that you finally said it, though. I was waiting, because that's what I'll do. I'll be quiet and just wait. And I'll let you think I'll play the giggly role and I'll play the ditzy role all day, bitch. But really, I'm analyzing everything like a fucking supercomputer. Like, bitch, I'm picking up what you're putting down, and I'm also putting it the fuck back, because I don't have time. Okay. Now, we just went for 20 minutes straight on that story time, but I want everybody to understand, if y'all run into somebody that's trying to hustle you or trying, they do little bait and switch tactics such as that, you're initially going in for one thing, but then they have you coming out for a whole bunch of other things that you didn't sign up for. All because they're talking smooth and they're, they got a silver tongue and they throw money at you. Remember how we've been talking about through these collective readings that they try to throw money at you. They try to shower you with gifts, so you wouldn't even suspect that they have ulterior motives that lead you to danger and catastrophe, right? Because who would suspect somebody that's, spoiling them, right? Who would pass up a good opportunity to make money, right? To be a star, right? I feel like there's a lot of people out here right now that may try to lie about their status, about who they know, about what they're doing, to get you sucked into their little game. And then before you know it, because you're chasing that dollar bill and you're not listening to your intuition, Just how quickly can we get jammed up? The devil is a lie. They're not to be trusted. So I just felt like I needed to come on here, right? If anybody in the chat right now, y'all need to hurry up. Hey, everybody, I love y'all, but y'all need to hurry y'all asses up. If y'all want me to pull some cards, let me know now, because I ain't finna play with y'all. Everybody in the chat, hit 444 if you want me to pull some cards. Hurry up. Everybody go, go, go. Because I'm already grabbing the deck, girl, because I want to see. And already I'm seeing that Queen of Pentacles, so it's a good start. But that's what's up, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and let you know. Oh, as a side note, before we even get into the reading itself as well, I also wanted to talk about, as a side note, you know how I've been talking about the spiritual community and how people aren't really wanting to help other content creators, grow and prosper on the platform. It kind of segues into the changes that I brought up during that discussion, where I mentioned that we are already facing, ways to be demonetized. We're already facing, making it a little bit harder to start being monetized if you're just starting out as a small channel, and just all these things that we already have to work with as being content creators on the specific platform, dealing with the algorithm, trying to figure out how the algorithm works, especially when it's changing every single day. And so I mentioned some of these as being issues to, issues with being a content creator. I'm not complaining, but these are real facts. And also the fact that the lack of camaraderie makes it even more, appalling, because being a content creator, period, on this platform, especially, we all know what we all have to endure. And all of our channels could be facing termination, at any moment. And the FTC regulations that I've been looking up recently, they now have it to where you have to label your videos, whether the channel and the video itself is specifically made for kids. This is meant to protect YouTube as a whole, but it's also meant to protect, I guess I feel like it's like helicopter parenting the government is doing with this, but the point is that they're involved now, and us as content creators, we need to come together, even us as viewers. If we want to have our voices heard, we need to formulate our opinions on the matter. We need to research and figure out what it is that the regulations are, and talk about, especially if you're a content creator, we need to discuss what our content actually is, express our concerns about how some of the regulations could potentially put them at a disadvantage, and just formulate your opinions in a conducive manner to where it'll be able to be heard by the collective. And so I decided, especially with these family channels here on the platform, that has nothing to do with the spiritual community, of course, but I still feel like it needs to be talked about because we're all content creators here, right? So, especially with family channels, a lot of people are very scared, gaming channels as well, and so on and so forth, where they're very scared. We're all scared about the future of this platform, especially concerning censorship, especially concerning, the many different regulations that we are currently facing, especially being fined over $42,000 if they do, in fact, feel as though your video is in violation, or is appealing to kids in an inappropriate manner, things like that. So it's a very serious matter. And I think that it would be good for us to all get involved by having our voices heard and expressing our concerns with the regulations, not to get all emotionally charged about it, but just to be more logical and factual about it. So what I've decided to do with that, if you guys would like to get involved, I've already put in my comments, my opinions as a content creator here on this platform. And I actually got this resource from Daryl Eves. So shout out to Daryl Eves. I love his channel. I love Nick Nimmin, Brian G. Johnson. They always come through with amazing information concerning the platform and just helping us content creators. And I really do value their channels, and I value them talking about topics such as these. So I decided that I would also get involved. So the link is in the description box below. You guys can check that out, formulate your opinions, and collectively, hopefully we can have some sort of compromise when it comes to, having this platform be what it was meant to be, in its inception. So, That is awesome, Shiva. I love it, girl. Being proactive. So, everybody says y'all want me to pull some cards. All right. So I see, well, only three of y'all said yeah, but let's go. All right, gods and goddesses. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a mini read for all of us. So let's see what's going on. Gods and goddesses, what messages do you have for the collective, all zodiac signs, past, present, and future, please? What do we need to see? Rejection is God's protection. That's going to be the main title of this video. Rejection is God's protection. Because at first, through certain endeavors that I was going for, you know, the initial rejection may have sucked, but going through it and facing it and working through it in a constructive manner and just moving on to find a solution to my situation, find more opportunities to make more money, to replace what was lost rather than wallowing in just what was lost. I realized I'm learning how to deal with rejection in a more healthy way. And also, it's certain situations that have been presented to me speaks volumes as well. You know, all money is not good money. And because I was able to use my discernment, I kept myself out of harm's way, out of a potentially disastrous, catastrophic situation and possibly even fatal situation by listening to my gut, realizing that all money is not good money. All that glitters is not gold. You know, if people are coming off sounding like a snake oil salesman or like a used car salesman, you know, selling you a lemon and shit, and you didn't even sign up to get a lemon, you know, because they was glittering it all up, trying to make it look good and shit. But you got to find out after you purchased it. That's the type of situations that I see us potentially getting involved with, especially when it concerns matters of the heart, when it concerns workplace. If we're looking for new work, if we're even looking for a new home, be careful with who you're talking to, because somebody really does have a silver tongue, or they think they do. And it, you know, if we're not paying attention, it could, you know, it could jam us up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle this a good 3 times, and then I'm going to cut the deck. Oh, okay. Well, then I'm not going to cut the deck because the cards just came out, girl. You should have seen how they came out. Okay, let's see. So, no. So right now, I feel like there's going to be a lot of overly opinionated people around you. They may make a comment about your hair, the way you're dressing, the way you speak, the way you think, the way you feel. Some people are going to be flat out ignoring us. In certain environments here where people are supposed to be working together, there may be a lot of egotistical people and insecure people surrounding us, and that's why they're so overly opinionated. There seems to be a lot of personality clashes. So somebody could be extremely abrasive and everybody else could be more laid back, more chill, but their attitude seems to get in the way. I also feel like, you know what, I'm gonna actually pull one more card because this is interesting. Already I'm feeling like be wary who you talk to, be wary about who you let inside of your mind and your heart, because right now we're going to have to make major decisions. I see 2 major arcana cards here with the Judgment and the Fool, and seeing as how there's 2 arcana cards and Judgment is a 2, that says a lot. Well, it's a 20 and it goes down to a 2. So that says a lot. There are a lot of decisions that will be made against us, and decisions that must be made on our own behalf. And so I feel like a lot of people could be judgmental as well as overly opinionated. So sometimes their criticisms are just that, and it's due to jealousy. And they may feel like they're like, when you're in their presence, you outshine them. You could be finding money, finding opportunities and hidden gems. Maybe you could be finding money somewhere, finding it in your pocket or just somewhere. Maybe even in an account somewhere. Like, I'm talking too fast. In an account somewhere that you forgot about, or maybe there's just a deposit in your account that you either forgot about or wasn't expecting. And so there are a lot of successes that we're making right now, but we're staying silent about it. We're not really being boastful, but there are other people that seem to need to brag a lot about themselves, or maybe they're trying to do humble brags. And I really just feel like there seems to be a lot of judgment right now. We may have given up on a situation here. We're deciding to give up on a situation here because Mm-mm. People are not growing as people, and they'd rather just, be in the ego 24/7. I feel like we need to take a leap of faith in general when it comes to our own journey and our own goals and dreams. And we need to focus on our higher purpose at all times. We need to keep our eye on the prize. We need to be aware of other people's judgments, but that's just because they are egotistical in some way or dealing with insecurities, and so they have to find flaws and faults in those around them in order to try to make themselves feel better, bigger. I also feel like there is an issue when it comes to people wanting attention just for the sake of attention. Somebody's taking someone by the hand or by the arm and telling them to come with me or something. Someone's on the way to go do something and somebody's trying to stop them, and they have to make a judgment call on whether or not they're going to trust this individual. So guys, beware if you're walking down the street somewhere and somebody stops you, be polite, of course, but just politely wave them off and let them know, hey, I've got something that I need to do. Because this judgment card with a newbie's walking with this letter in hand, there's someone coming up behind him and he's looking back. So somebody's holding him back here, trying to say their piece and trying to either talk their ear off or trying to suck up the room, basically, right? But you're in the middle of something. And so if you give this person your time and energy, it will only hold you back further. So we're going to have to decide to give up on that. I also feel like be careful who you talk to in the street. Not trying to make you guys paranoid. I'm just saying, similar case with my situation. I wasn't expecting things to develop the way that they have. But because I'm using my better judgment, always stay using discernment. And that goes for anything that you do. I also feel like there are a lot of, there seems to be a lot of people surrounding us right now where they are stuck mentally and emotionally, at high school or at kindergarten. For some people, they're just, they're doing it up, but in not in a good way, right? Usually in the good way, it's like, do it up and shit. But when you're not doing it up in a good way, it's like you doing it up a little bit too fucking much. And right here, right now, I really feel like keeping to ourselves and just accepting, just take the fact that you win some, you lose some, and keep it moving. Because I feel like with this full looking towards the future, you have a lot of people surrounding you that will try to use biting words or try to they try to use intimidation to make you subservient to them, to make you feel less than or inferior to them. They'll try and use intimidation tactics. They'll place doubt within yourself, try to make you doubt yourself, to make you question yourself, because they'll try and approach the situation where they're using these harsh judgments and criticisms, usually unnecessary criticisms, by the way. They'll try to use, pseudo-intellectual rhetoric to try and, sway you from your own, conclusion that you've drawn, sway you from your own perceptions. But as long as you continue to stand your ground and don't let people silence you, because people will try to intimidate you into staying silent, into, just following their lead. As long as we push past that and stand our ground, but know when to pick our battles and not to fight people who are just trying to, just be in this, vicious cycle indefinitely with you where you're constantly going back and forth. I wouldn't get involved with that kind of thing. And that's where the judgment comes in. But other than that, continuing to look forward and, work through any projections or psychic attack. If you're picking up on something from somebody, or if you start to feel some type of way, listen to that. That is your guiding light. That is your inner compass to lead you in the right direction. And if we ignore that, especially when it comes to the workplace, family relationships, and dealing with legal issues, because, this is serious. We're going to have to jump ship. with certain, certain paths here. I really feel like we may have taken a couple steps back here. People from the past may have tried to pull us back and take up our time in some way, but I feel like we're still moving forward because we know that these relationships and these people in general, they're not changing. They're not going to grow as people, and we're trying to move forward. So we know that if we hold on to certain people, places, and things, as we usually discuss, we know these things will hold us back. We know these things are like an anchor, just tied to our ankles here. And it's making us sink deeper and deeper into the ocean the more we try and hold on. So we realize that we have to cut ties here. We realize that, there seems to be a lot of people with social anxiety. Maybe there are some issues concerning people that either have social anxiety, or maybe you're picking up on other people's social anxiety. Maybe somebody's trying to be sneaky. There seems to be somebody here that's dealing with a lot of things on their mind that's causing them a lot of pain. There's a lot going on where somebody is just consumed by fear, consumed by doubts, and it's just not good to hang around people like this. I also feel like there's danger up ahead, and we need to be careful because somebody is definitely trying to be manipulative. Matter of fact, I'm going to clarify this. I see Taurus energy coming up, you guys, or if you guys are currently dealing with a marriage or a commitment, or maybe you guys are dealing with leases. Maybe you guys are looking for a new apartment. Maybe you guys are ready to end a lease. But I do feel like there are a lot of changes that we're moving forward to make. And we just realize that we have to give up on certain people because all they bring out in you is the stress in you. And that's it. I really feel like us keeping to ourselves is in our best interest. Continue to get rest. And continue to be creative because look at what's coming here. Right? We may deal with the brunt of things when it comes to stress, especially when it comes to leaving behind a workplace situation where people are doing underhanded things. They're messing with hours or, playing favorites or starting drama in the workplace. We will be able to release ourselves from this. Not only that, but family relationships that are like this, living situations. We're closing the door to a lot of people and scenarios here. And I feel like the more we tap into our creativity and the more we reach out to those that bring out the best in us rather than bringing out the stress in us, this is where we can start to see growth. This is where we start to see things manifest in the tangible realm. So I really feel like there will be a lot of things to celebrate here. And I feel like we will be doing some traveling, and we may be traveling alone mainly. But I do feel like we will come across like-minded individuals more so here in the near future, as long as we continue to focus on a new beginning and never to look back, never to let anyone else try to drag us back. Maybe it was a Taurus for some of us that's trying to drag us back, or people in our family, people in our environment that just don't want us to grow because they're not growing. And they know that if you grow, you're going to leave them behind, and they don't want that to happen. So they may try to, cause a lot of uproar and discord in order to discourage you. Somebody's going to be found out. Somebody's going to have to get a lawyer because they're doing something illegal, and somebody's going to get found out about it. Some of us may find somebody on the news that we either came across, maybe they stopped to talk to us, or it could even be someone that we personally knew that we're seeing on the news here, or in the workplace, even where somebody's getting arrested or somebody has to get a lawyer because something's going on within a corporation where there's some shady dealings going on, just to put it lightly. And now somebody has to bring in the hammer. The government's getting involved. And, that's kind of what we talked a little bit about with the FTC getting involved with YouTube. That can even go back to this here with the Hierophant reversed, where now maybe the government is maybe over involving themselves just to try and pull that leash back, just to, exert their power and control. They're just power hungry. Maybe there could be corporations that are like this, where certain things are taking place where it's just causing a lot of stress for people. A lot of people are losing out on things. A lot of people may be losing their livelihoods because of things like this. But as long as we keep to ourselves and we don't get sucked into other people and, other people's melodramas and other people's insults and put downs and this and that and the third, as long as we move past these things and focus on, this new beginning we have before us, and not let distraction deter us, keep, moving forward for the greater good, things will start to manifest with this Three of Chalices and this Three of Wands. Some of us may be expecting a child, or we may in fact be seeing progress with our creative pursuits. Some of us may be starting a business, utilizing our creative talents, or starting a business, off of something that was merely a hobby at first. And now the more that we're putting into, getting adequate rest and managing our time wisely, staying away from people, places, and things that are not bringing out the best in us, and only focusing on manifestation, we will start to see these things manifesting a lot more rapidly here in the near future, especially when the 20th comes along. That is when Mercury goes direct. And then we have, of course, the following 2 weeks post shadow period. But of course, that is when the Mercury retrograde energies are really, dwindling down to about a nub, right? So somebody's going to get caught. Like I said, somebody's going to have to get a lawyer. Somebody is getting arrested. It could be somebody here that's really friendly, or somebody that has kids here, or somebody that is, maybe a madam. A madam comes to mind. They're doing illegal things here, and they may appear to be really friendly, open and warm. And this is just pairing it with these two cards here. I really feel like this person is guilty of a lot of things here, and they wreak a lot of havoc in other people's lives. Some of us could be dealing with a motherly figure, actually, that could have caused a lot of, chaos within the family, or it could be a result of, someone losing a mother here, or losing a family member here, dealing with a mother that may be over involved in some way. She may mean well, but maybe it's to a fault. I also feel like there could be a friend or, a relationship here where you guys found out about a third party. Of course, usually we see that. But when we're dealing with friendship, I feel like somebody is guilty of, maybe sleeping with our partner, or maybe they're guilty of, just trying to take what you have, basically. Let's just put it that way. I feel like somebody is overly competitive, and they use their looks, to be able to try and sway somebody's opinion in some way. But I also feel like the reason why they're doing these things is because we are embodying this confident energy, where we have this strong magnetism about ourselves, and we're very charming. We are very magnetic. And that's another reason why, us as empaths, light workers, or just those of us on this healing journey, that is why it is extra important for us to use discernment, to continue to use our better judgment, not to, don't cloud your judgment. That's why I'm trying to stay away from drinking and smoking, because, hanging with people that do that a lot, because I don't want to waste money, A, and B, I don't want to clog my mind up any more than it already has been throughout the year. So, we need to clear that up, and then we need to stay focused. And all this extra stuff that's going on is not leading me to where I'm trying to go. So I really feel like right now, there will be a lot of guilty verdicts for people that are, dealing with the legal system, dealing with the court system. Somebody could be judged for their background, and that I've been dealing with that, which it sucks. I have a misdemeanor for the domestic dispute that went wrong, and I didn't even do anything. But because the state picked it up, they had to take me in. And because I couldn't return to the house. So all this extra shit, all these lies that's been told, somebody may get found out about that, or, illegally saying that something happened to them that didn't, or, falsifying documents. I also see people here that are stealing, just outright stealing, and just rebelling in many different ways that it's not good. It's not good at all. They're only out for self. And spirit is with us at all times. We need to focus on rest, meditation, balance, restoration. What brings color to your life? Do you like to draw? Do you like to paint? Do you like to dance? Do you like to sing? Do you make music? Do you make outfits? Are you a designer? Are you into fashion? Are you into makeup? What is it that you love to do that is creative? because whatever that is, that will be our saving grace. Somebody's going to come in very quickly. Somebody's very angry. And somebody is going to move very quickly with this. I feel like there could be a lot of angry people in the workplace or in the family right now, that now you're kind of just moving past the traps that they try to lay out for you. Now you're focused on the self. You're not really shelling out your resources. You're saving more. You're focusing on balance. You're getting ready to complete the cycle where all of this instability is. I see a lot going on. Somebody has a temper, and I feel like in the workplace that's what could be causing the environment to be turned upside down, or living situations. People could be screaming, yelling at each other. Cops are called, all these different things. But I feel like now we're maintaining our integrity and focused on our own things right now, focused on manifesting abundance, health, wealth, stability, happiness, all of these things here. And we're not blowing our money either. We're not giving it away either, because we don't owe anybody anything. And somebody could be mad about that. Show me the Six of Wands reversed. So Ace of Swords reversed. Shiva, I feel like you should get back into that. Honor her life, honor yourself. I really feel like somebody's reaching out to us. Somebody's confused, Somebody's confused that we're not speaking and we're not giving them the attention that we used to. And now they're in their ego, and they'll never admit that they feel this way. But they do. Could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here. Somebody is very childish, They don't want commitment, They're arrogant. Somebody could be messaging us, but we're not answering anymore. Somebody's going to find out that we're not speaking. We're blocking communication. We're moving quickly with this. Show me the Nine of Swords. Somebody is stressed the fuck out because somebody thought that they had something in the bag that involved us. They thought maybe they could get us wrapped up, but we decided maybe at the last minute not to do something, not to move forward. Somebody's going to get some bad news here. Somebody could be a no-show, no call, no show. And things, it seems like things are just very chaotic right now. We're realizing that there's nothing left. There's no way that we can revive some of these relationships. I feel like somebody's going to end up dropping the ball. I feel like somebody's definitely blocking someone here. If not already blocked, having somebody blocked here. It could be an earth and a fire sign, or it could be everybody involved that I've already stated here, where we're blocking them. We're making a decision because we realize that the reason why, things aren't progressing and things aren't growing is because they're not willing to change. And we know that staying in the past is only going to drag us further behind. So there's no more explanation about what's going on. It is what it is. And I feel like there seems to be a lot of people that are upset mainly about that choice. Some people could be upset that you're not getting involved in gossip. People could be upset about the fact that their tactics to try and get your attention is not working. That just came through. Thank you to my guides. There could be a lot of people talking shit around you, trying to slick this and trying to make you feel bad about yourself. But then they start seeing that it's not working. And then they get even more frustrated. So then they start talking shit and spreading outright lies. But then come to find out the person that's spreading shit around, they're over here doing illegal stuff, getting caught up and jammed up. And everybody's getting ready to see what's going on. Somebody's not abiding by protocol. Somebody's not following protocol when it comes to the medical field. Somebody is doing underhanded tactics and unscrupulous deeds within government. Somebody is doing some shiesty shit in the church with children. Somebody is doing some shit within corporation, almost like some Enron shit. There's somebody here that could be a lawyer over here protecting people that they know did some messed up shit. There could be some people paying off some judges to get away with shit. There could be some hush money going on, taking hits out on people so verdicts and testimonies don't get told. Somebody could be taking people's kindness for weakness, thinking that they could jam somebody else up, but ended up screwing themselves up. There could be a lot of Bible thumpers trying to cast judgment and cast stones, knowing damn well that they sin every damn day, but they steady casting stones, just straight up ignoring Jesus, right? Just ignoring them, right? Casting all the stones that they can cast, knowing damn well that they're doing some stuff, especially in the church. See, these people in the church, I really feel like I need to say this, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I'm being real with you. This is the messages that are coming through, and I'm going to speak on what my guides are telling me to speak because I don't give a damn what anybody else has to say about it. But the point is, somebody's in the church, somebody's in organizations, charity events. They're using things that make people look like humanitarians, and they're using it for shady dealings. Human trafficking came to mind, and that's coming to mind. Something's coming out. Something's coming out. Somebody is fired up about it. Somebody's tired of it going under the radar. Something's coming out. And somebody has to scramble to cover it all up and to silence everybody. Hush money. Something's off. Don't trust anything that anybody has to say, especially when they're offering you a lot of money real quick. Get rich quick schemes, kick them to the curb, baby, and do it the old-fashioned way. You know? Anything worth building. Look, Rome wasn't built in a day. Shit. Right? It was destroyed in one, though, so you got to be careful who you're talking to. Be careful of meeting up with modern-day Socrates, modern-day, Brutuses, and all that extra stuff. Be careful. They'll befriend you just to get in to take you down. And they will have no remorse for it. I feel like Two of Pentacles. There's going to be a decision here that we weren't expecting. This is crazy, y'all. I need to clarify this. I need to clarify this Eight of Chalices. I feel like some of us could be dealing with an earth sign who's dealing with a lot of anxiety, or just they're really they're guilty. Somebody's guilty. Somebody's guilt. Something's catching up to them. They're haunted. They're haunted and they can't shake it off. They thought they could shake it off. They thought they could use jumping into another relationship to ignore it, or they thought that they could use distractions to help them ignore it. But something's coming up. Something's coming up. Some of us have, in fact, dealt with abusive family environments. We're dealing with abuse within our living situations. We're dealing with abuse in the workplace. Some of us are feeling overlooked in the workplace, overlooked in general, even though we know that we show out every time we show up to work. When we show up, we show out, and we do our job well. And that could be the main reason why people are mad. But the point is, all this extra stuff going on, be careful, y'all. Don't tell anybody anything. And if you need to let go of some people, let them go, because greed, the trappings of greed, is what's leading some of these people's behavior here. They want to give you the least amount possible while they continue to fatten up every single day. We are people's props. This is our prop. This is our plaything. This is our toy. When we grow bored of you, we'll move on. These are the people we're around. Gluttony and greed. Be wary of people like this, because when people like this get desperate, you don't want to be anywhere near these people. Show me the 7 of Wands reversed. This is crazy, y'all. Okay, 9 of Wands. So everything that we're facing right now, all of the opposition, all of the delays, all of these frustrations we may be running into, if we feel like giving up, this is a test of your faith. Keep going, even in the face of rejection. Rejection is God's protection. Even in the face of rejection, what you're doing is right for you. If you know in your heart of hearts, in your spirit, your mind, body, and soul, you know that what you're pursuing right now is fulfilling for you, is leading you where you're desiring to be. Keep going with that, regardless of whether people agree with that, regardless of whether people give you accolades and say, damn, that's awesome, you're doing great. Regardless if people support you or not, keep standing your ground. Stand up for yourself, stand up for what's right. Use your voice, just like I said with these FTC regulations that we're all having to face as content creators. This is just one example of many that we all need to be getting involved in as a whole, as a country. We need to be standing up for our rights and stop allowing them to be taken away while we sit idly by, letting it happen. We need to speak up and utilize our voice and speak up for what it is that we believe in. And we need to not let these people that Bible thump and cast judgment, casting stones, even though they're sinners just like everybody else. If you're dealing with people like that, it's a test of your faith. How much faith do you have in yourself? And if you don't have that much faith in yourself, then build it up. Start building it up by taking care of yourself, getting rest, focusing on what you want to do, what you love to do, and standing up to other people that may disagree. Who gives a shit if people don't like you because of the way that you are? Who gives a shit if people don't understand you? Because most of the time, those people that don't get it are not the kind of people that we want to be around anyway. It's not people that bring value to our lives. So why are we holding value in what they have to say about us? And that's a natural human response because we're human. That's why. But we have to learn when some people are just doing it just to get attention. We have to realize some people are just doing it because they really don't give a shit how anyone else feels. They don't abide by the rules. They feel like they don't apply to them. So they treat everyone else like shit because they feel like everybody else is beneath them because they feel invincible, basically. Untouchable because they've been getting away with this stuff for I don't know how long. They just think that they can keep going about it the same way and getting away with it. But the more that we speak out and we band together, collectively, raise the vibration of the collective consciousness. Keep our consciousness raised, because if we want to change the world, we must change ourselves. And as long as we are on the journey and on the path to improving ourselves, the glow up, continuing the glow up each and every day, and speaking up and utilizing our voices collectively, standing up to the powers that be, speaking up for our rights, speaking up for what's right, regardless of whether people agree or not. This is where we're headed now. This is the crossroad now where we must make major decisions in our lives that will make or break. Keep going, even when you're rejected, because people will end up coming around. They'll have no choice but to see your successes. And because we're staying silent about some of the successes and triumphs that we have already experienced, right? People are even more confused why we're not going around and telling everybody what we have going on. There's a reason behind that. Continue not saying a word. You can talk about it when it's finished. Don't tell anybody anything. Don't tell anybody how you're feeling. Don't even tell people what you're thinking. Hell, just try this little thing. Try this on for size. Tell people shit that you know that you're not really thinking, just to see what they do with the information. Just to see if they'll try and use it against you. You should try that one day. Just tell somebody something that you're not really thinking, if they're trying to be nosy, and throw them off your scent, and then see what they try and do to use it against you later. If they use it against you, that is. I like to play with people like that. People don't know that I do that because I'm always giggling and, I'm just smiling and, I'm doing all that extra shit. But I'm paying attention, though. I'm always paying attention. Virgo rising. I'm paying attention to not just the bigger picture, but the details as well. And the intuition is on point with the Scorpio, Pluto, and Pisces moon. Out of there. That's why people can't stand me, because I call them out every time. And they don't know how I know. I don't even know how I know sometimes, but I know that I know. And they need to stop acting like I don't know, But I just have to say, somebody's going to have an outburst. It could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This person could be older than us, or somebody, that is just, I don't know. I feel like somebody has a lot of insecurities. They don't know how to express how they feel. And they're dealing with a whole bunch of stuff going on within the family, with work and, all this other stuff, living situations and all this other stuff. And it's just causing a lot of stress for somebody here. Somebody's going to have an emotional outburst, or somebody is just hiding how they feel. They're trying to hide it. Somebody is hiding, different secrets even. But you feel like if you tell these people how you feel, like you have maybe in the past a few times here or there, you're realizing that it's not going to change anything. So why even express how you're feeling just to have it used against you later on, down the line? Be wary of people's egos. And don't let their ego rub you the wrong way, because as long as we stay focused on the long term, stay focused on why we're doing what it is that we're doing, stay focused on the end game, keep that eye on that prize, and do away with all the conflict. Let's see how many major arcana, 1, 2, 3, 4. Things will start to manifest in a beautiful way. Stay focused, stay balanced, and keep it moving. Keep it moving. Whatever comes your way, whatever's thrown at you, any external, influences that you may feel like, damn, I can't seem to win for losing, keep going. You're almost there. All right. Let me see something. 3 of chalices and this 3 of wands, and I'm going. I've milked my time enough, you guys. Yeah. So somebody's lying about a third party. It could be a friend. Somebody just is not emotionally balanced. They could be a sociopath. There's somebody here that likes to put things in people's drinks. I don't know. Don't trust people in your circle right now that are like this. You know what I'm saying? They definitely are chilling with their baby mama, doing drugs, drinking, doing all this extra shit, cheating, this is just, they got kids. This is crazy. This is too much. 3 of wands. Let me see this right here, and then I'm out. This is too much. Ace of wands reversed. 10 of pentacles reversed. And this damn 10 of wands reversed. Yep. Somebody, Somebody's spending all their money on the third party, and then they come home and the bills aren't paid. So you're asking them about it, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't know," like they're lost. Somebody's going out and messing with prostitutes. They're tooting around. They're tooting around, buddy. They'll put something that, yeah, they'll prey on somebody that they feel is very kind, trusting. It's definitely a madam. And she's with a male here, and they're telling you lies. And they're gonna use you for money, but it's only gonna be for them and not for you. It could be a mother and father. They could have gotten an inheritance, and now they're not paying for their responsibilities. Somebody got a third party pregnant for sure. There are a lot of jealous friends around us, and they're masking these emotions. There are a lot of jealous people around us right now. Be very careful with that, because, people have died and killed over jealousy and envy, more so envy. Return negative energy back to sender 100-fold. You're damn right, to everybody in the chat. I'm proud of y'all. Because all these 10s right here, we have 4 10s. We've got to make some serious decisions that will make or break, you guys. And just like I told y'all earlier about that mini story time, about I had this choice to go back to this gig or to go make this $1,200 in a night. I could have went for that $1,200 and got jammed up, wrapped up in some BS that I had no business getting wrapped up in, possibly getting murdered, or I could just go to this damn gig where I've done the gig before. I did it, a couple years back. I got my money, no problems, no hassles. And I didn't have to depend on anybody, or put myself in a position to where I'm having to be stuck somewhere, stranded, somewhere that I'm not familiar with. Phone's not on. Don't know who I'm hanging. You know what I'm saying? All these different things. You've got to make major decisions in your life. And it's getting serious, because spiritual warfare, it's ramping up. And we're seeing it play out in the physical realm. So you'll start seeing people turn on you, or start seeing people, do some shit that you never thought that they would ever do to you, because they're spiritually weak. And they indulge in things that open themselves up to be possessed. But I'll tell you this right now, y'all. Somebody was definitely in a marriage relationship here, and they're playing the field, and it could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, where they're still messing with them, or they're trying to play with people's emotions. They're trying to use somebody to make the other person jealous. They're using the third party to make somebody else jealous. This could be another situation here. And some of us already know about this, but then we've come to find out that they're not really happy where they're at. This is crazy. Somebody now has to worry about paying for another kid because they decided to be irresponsible, not wrapping it up, sleeping around town. They thought the pullout game was strong, but it was oh so wrong. Now they're looking confused. I would have to forgive said sister for that, Shiva, but I would ask God's help to help me with that, because I know I wouldn't be able to do it on my own. But the only reason why I would forgive her for that is because forgiveness is not for her, it's for you. So you can heal and move on from it. So you're not holding on to that bitterness and letting that drag you down and block your blessings. See? So I would just pray and ask God to help me, please find a way to forgive her, because I know I can't do it on my own. That's what I had to do with a couple of people in my life. And actually, as always, God has always come through, and sometimes we just have to do it that way. But forgiveness is key when it comes to setting ourselves free. And I'll be damned if I'm letting anybody keep me from success, abundance, and prosperity. Okay, so there it is, y'all. Be wary of people trying to throw money at you. Be wary of people trying to get you to go out to drink. Be wary of people that they're bringing along with you or with them. You know, somebody just spur of the moment joining or whatever. Something's going on. You need to be careful. Okay. You may lose out on an opportunity. You may feel like you're losing out on something, but rejection is God's protection. And I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. Keep to yourself, meditate, go inward before you go outward. You understand what I'm saying? Get you some rest before you take that test. Okay. Because there will be many tests from this point forward. I love y'all. Okay. And you know what, Shiva? That's so funny that you brought up that you don't talk to her. As a side note, I used to be the type of person that thought that just because you forgave somebody meant that you needed to bring them back into, my life and stuff. And now I've realized I don't have to do any of that shit. I could forgive you and love you from afar and just leave it like that. I don't have time to be playing with people today. I don't. And it freaked me out when I told y'all about that story about that lady. It just, the question seemed off to me, like she was interviewing me for a position that I wasn't even applying for. You feel what I'm saying? And I was just thinking, well, I thought that I got your number because of a job, but because I'm trying to be friendly and, trying to figure out when to talk about the original plan was going to come up, she just took it and ran with it. Asking for pictures. I didn't send shit. I didn't send a picture. I ignored every last one of those messages. So the devil is a lie. Rejection is God's protection, and they're not to be trusted. Stay blessed, not stressed, y'all. It's time for me to go get this bread. I love y'all. And stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love. Oops.